Bam.
Hi, my name is William Borgela, and today I will be talking about the origins of skiing. Now, skiing has changed a lot since it was invented 22,000 years ago. And I have been skiing pretty much all of my life, and I learned from my dad, who's been skiing for at least 30 years now. After my last speech, some of you may be interested in skiing and want to know where it came from or what has happened over the years and how it's been advanced. So today, I'm going to tell you the roots of skiing, the changes that have been made over time, and why I personally love it so much. So to begin, let's go back to the beginning of skiing. Skiing was originally not used to go down mountains, but actually for man to travel across great marshes or great plains as of kind of like snowshoes. So this gave man an advantage in the winter, as now they could actually migrate instead of having to travel through the snow with their feet digging super far in. They could also hunt better in the winter, animals such as elk or moose. The next advancement came out of military usage in the 1760s. Now, Norwegians did races back then, down slopes of mountains or even through trees, according to Sud. These races were similar to Olympic-style races today that you might see, such as slalom races or just downhill races. In the 1880s, people slowly started moving away from cross-country skiing into alpine skiing, and alpine skiing is the type of skiing you would see more often today, where people just go straight down a mountain. Now, it wasn't a fast transition. For the majority of the 1800s and into the 1900s, for about 50 years there was a transition, and for the majority of it, cross-country skiing was the way to go. Cross-country skiing is actually still an Olympic sport. It is used in a triathlon, I believe, where they cross-country ski and then they shoot a target and do another thing, but I can't remember what it is. Alpine skiing is another word for downhill skiing, which you would see at most ski resorts nowadays. Skiing has come a long way since its beginning, as you can probably tell. The Olympics first adopted skiing in 1924, and they only used cross-country skiing. Cross-country skiing is when, instead of going down a hill, you just travel across land like in a cross-country race. Alpine skiing was introduced into the Olympics in 1936, and since then it has become much, much more popular in recreational use and in the Olympics. And there are also three versions of skiing. The three types are alpine skiing, which is downhill skiing, Nordic skiing, which is cross-country skiing, and extreme skiing, according to Beckel. Alpine skiing is just downhill skiing, Nordic skiing is just cross-country skiing, and extreme skiing consists of backcountry skiing, where you go out into the wilderness and find a random mountain and just go down it, cliffs and all, or you can just go on terrain parks at your local ski resort. I personally typically do alpine skiing. My dad has tried out cross-country skiing, but he didn't really like it all that much. It's not as fun, you don't get the thrill as much. And most skiing resorts will have alpine skiing as their main attraction. I have tried some mild extreme skiing at terrain parks where you just go over jumps, but I wasn't very successful in my efforts. Now that we've learned all about skiing, here's why I love it. Now, skiing used to not be as fun for me as it is now. There was a time in my life, about 3 years ago, when I had to basically relearn how to ski. I had grown a lot physically, so my body, while I was still skiing the normal way that I had learned when I was 100 pounds, my body was 180 pounds and couldn't handle the strain that came. So I had to relearn how to ski. And I had to learn how to parallel ski, which I talked about in my last speech. Since then, I have gotten much better at parallel skiing and have grown to love skiing all over again. And as a kid, I could just fly down the mountain without a care in the world, but now I have to actually care about where I'm putting my skis and more intricate stuff like that. Skiing is one of my favorite things to do because it really brings me back to when I was younger. My favorite part about skiing is fresh powder days. Now, you can go on the groomed tracks and you can tell where you're going easier and you can go faster, but there's something special about being on powder and just gliding over it like a cloud. In this speech, we were able to learn about the history of skiing from the origins, how much it has changed, and why I love it so much. Skiing will forever be a part of my life and my family, and I hope you and yours are willing to try it someday. Thank you.